Hello, this is Deborah Matthews speaking to you from the Vicarage for this Trinity Sunday. Well, Trinity Sunday is the Sunday when vicars get their curates to preach the sermon. And that's because it's the trickiest sermon of the year. I think most of us find it challenging to explain, at least succinctly, just how the God who is one is also Father, Son and Holy Spirit. And curates have often thought up some new models and some comparisons to present how God can be one and three at the same time. Well, when it was my turn, some of the things we used to do were to use water, perhaps, as an example in our attempts to explain the Trinity, because water can be liquid, it can be steam, and it can be ice, which are three different states of the same thing. Although that doesn't totally do it, because they're different things at different times, whereas we say that God is eternally three and not just one thing at a time. And we can't quite visualize Father, Son and Holy Spirit as ice, steam and liquid. But maybe that just demonstrates how restricted we are in our language or in our imagination, in our attempts to describe God. One of the contacts on a friend's Facebook group said of this Sunday's sermon, "Don't stress about explaining three in one. It's inexplicable. And most of what you will say will be heresy, so there's no need to try and dodge the heresies for us." Well, of course, we can read about what people have said in past generations about who God is, but we should also look to our own experiences. Well, the Bible's a good place to start, though. The Old Testament contains accounts of people who have tried to pin down God by naming him. In the book of Exodus, Moses asked God his name, and God replied, "I am who I am." And that had to be enough for Moses, and it's still enough for us now. And then the prophet Isaiah describes the wonders of the Creator God, but he says that God's understanding is unsearchable. And then the psalmist speaks of God as exalted and asks, "What are mortals that God should be mindful of them, mere human beings that he should seek them out?" And yes, of course, the Bible also says that God created human beings in his own image. And Jesus taught his disciples to call God Father, because God is as close to us as a parent is to his child, like a mother hen protecting her chicks. And the incarnate Son, the Word that was at work in creation, was as far away from us as the human Jesus who once walked in Galilee, and yet he is as close to us as the beloved friend who has saved us from ourselves. And the Holy Spirit, who breathed over creation at the beginning of time, is as close to us as our own spirit of life within us. Creator, Redeemer and Sustainer, one God, co-eternal through the ages, drawing us into being with him. This is the God that we turn to, the one who is our life, our strength and our inspiration. This God will walk with us, leading us, accompanying us and bringing us to life through all of our days. And so today, on this Trinity Sunday, we declare our belief in the triune God as we proclaim that God is Father, Son and Holy Spirit. And we acknowledge that however difficult that is for us to understand, it is more than enough for us now. I hope that you are all keeping well and looking forward to gradually coming out of lockdown, of course, when the time is right. But that you all know that you are not alone, and that God, however you want to describe him, is with you. God bless you.